I will admit I had my qualms about season 21. The first couple weeks felt like an entire month. Honestly, the first month felt like the end of the game. It was a long and arduous season. And to quote Paul Abrahamian, the second place winner of both seasons 18 and 19, Big Brother did feel like an episode of Black Mirror. But as I've been saying all season, there is no karma like Big Brother karma, and when it comes for you, it hits you hard. And when you think you have it like that, you do not have it like that. Jackson Michie is the first winner of Big Brother who won and was completely unhappy as he won. This is what he wanted. He wanted that $500,000. He talked about that confetti all season long. And when the moment came, he came out and he was completely stone-faced and just, I think it was half shock, but it was also a lot of things running through his mind because he did a lot of things in that house. And I don't think he fully realized how many people saw that. Nor do I think he realized that Big Brother was going to call him out. But if he had been a true superfan, then he would have known. They have called people out over the years. And the biggest time they called somebody out or inflicted Big Brother karma was back in season 3 when they created a compilation of all of Daniel Reyes's diary room moments and played them in a little segment and showed it to the jury and her fellow house guests. I wasn't sure if Big Brother was going to do anything like that to the people this season. A lot of people think season 21 was not as bad as season 15. I'm here to tell you season 21 was worse than season 15 in my opinion, because in season 15, the ignorance, the racism, the offensive things were said to the person's face. In season 21, this stuff was said behind that person's back and the person didn't know, and they acted like they liked that person, and those threats and everything that I learned about these house guests just blew my mind. But let me know how you guys felt about it. This is bittersweet. I am Sage Valentine, aka at Sage Valentine 84 on TVCO, Sage Valentine on Twitter, Sage Valentine on Facebook, and Sage Valentine on Instagram. But I'm me, and I'm just here to do my final recap / review of season 21 of CBS's Big Brother. This is the finale episode, aka episode 40, and it feels weird to only review 40 episodes because I remember when I reviewed 43 or 44 in the past. But I guess Big Brother slowly but surely is cutting everything down. I'm so glad that the finale is no longer 2 hours long. Thank you, Big Brother, for that, because it gave me enough time to sit down and watch The Masked Singer. And I actually DVR'd it. I also DVR'd American Horror Story and pretty much everything else I wanted to watch because I had to go live tonight. And I had to chat with you guys. And it was fun when I went live, and I'm going to continue to do that with other shows. I'll let you know what shows those are once I figure them out, because there's a lot of shows that I would love to talk about. But Big Brother just opened the show and went straight to the meat. They cut through everything else and went straight to it. And I'm so happy they did that. Now, rumor had it that Jessica from season 19 was supposed to host a round table, but all of a sudden on Facebook and on Twitter, I saw a picture of Dr. Will and I was happy with it. No shade to Jessica, but I'm so used to seeing Dr. Will at this point. I think at one point he will more than likely end up passing the torch to somebody, but judging the reaction on Twitter, that rumor pissed off a whole lot of people, and I was confused. I'm like, usually they pick a player who's been playing for a really long, or had played more than once and was a legend, because Dr. Will is a legend among legends. In fact, he is the legend in the game. Anyway, Dr. Will asked the jury, who did they think was going to be the next juror? And they all agreed that it was either Cliff or Michie, aka Jackson. And lo and behold, it was Cliff. Cliff revealed that Jackson turned on him and he feels like an idiot because he fell for it. That was the exact same reaction a lot of people had when it happened. I was just looking at Cliff like, dude, it's not a good idea. So Dr. Will asked the jurors different things, and he asked them, what is the deciding factor for you to crown a winner? Nick said it's the physical comps, their physical prowess, their strength. And Jackson had 9 wins. Kat says a good social game. Jessica said an honest game. And then all of a sudden, Sis came out of nowhere, Annalise, with this animosity. And I'm like, where is this coming from? I saw her being a bit catty during the season, but I was like, she's really this mad? Wow. And she disagreed with Kat that Jackson was loyal, because Kat said something about Jackson being loyal, and I was just like, Kat, after all he did to you and you're saying he played a loyal game? I was confused by that. And Sis didn't get it, and I agreed with her. Cliff regrets that he got fooled. He said without that lie that Jackson told about Tommy, Jackson would have been gone. Jack said he can't fault Jackson. Cliff said that Jackson was like Jekyll and Hyde. He'd be Jekyll one day and Hyde another day. Tommy said that he knows how to separate the personal from the game. He's doing a better job than the rest of the fandom, because honestly, this season, in my opinion, will go down as a season of personal gameplay and not very much strategic, or not very strategic moves being made during the season. So when they all started talking about Nicole, Tommy said he respects Nicole and her humility. Kat said that Nicole played a good social game. Christy said she respected Nicole because she dropped seeds and started a lot of stuff to keep the blame off of her, which was a good move. Nick said that Nicole saved him. I think he was talking about himself. I'm not sure. If I messed that up, definitely leave me a comment. Sis said that she didn't understand Nicole's game plan. I'm like, Sis, it didn't seem like you understood much during the game. And at first I thought that was her strategy, but now I'm not sure. Jack said that Nicole was nothing more than a floater. I'm like, Nicole was many things, but a floater she was not, because she actually tried to win. She didn't sit on her butt and let other people win for her. She was trying, unlike some other people in the house who allowed other people to shield them, and other people who got into showmances so their showmancer could protect them, and so on and so forth. So then the conversation turned to Holly. And Annalise said that she didn't think Holly should win. I'm just like, Annalise, isn't she supposed to be your friend? Again, with this animosity. Christy says she doesn't respect how Holly played. Kat said that Holly was able to tame the beast in Jackson. She managed to pull him back. Tommy said that she won when she needed to, and Kat said that Holly went after the big targets, unlike Jackson, who didn't. And Jack said he was impressed because Holly never made it onto the block for 83 days. Then we got to the final the second part of the final HOH competition, where it was Holly versus Nicole. And Holly made it through the competition at 10 minutes and 38 seconds, whereas Nicole made it through at 14 minutes and 38 seconds. Now, Holly said she never did a rock wall. She never climbed a rock wall, but there was a picture floating around on social media of her climbing a fake rock wall. Somebody was saying it was her apartment. I don't know where it was, but if I could show that Oprah gif and say, what is the truth? I would like to know what is the truth, because that was a blatant lie, clearly. And I felt so sorry for Nicole, because Nicole wanted to win for the underdogs, and she just felt so bad. Nicole decided later on to go and try to pitch to Holly in case Holly won the third part to keep her. Nicole told Holly to advocate for herself because everyone is going to look at her, Holly, as though she rode Jackson's coattails. And boy, was Nicole right. So we got to the final HOH, the final part of the HOH competition. It was called The Jury Is Out. And for 3 rounds, Jackson and Holly were tied. Then all of a sudden, Jackson took the lead and he won. I believe that it was it 8-7? Or I know that he had won more than her, so I think it was 8-7. So all of a sudden, the segment switched and we got to the part where Holly and Nicole had to plead their case to Jackson, and he had to pick between them to see who he was going to take to the end. Obviously, he was going to take Holly, so Holly was saying a whole lot of stuff and kind of rambling on, but Holly knew he was taking her. Nicole said everything came full circle, and regardless of what Jackson's decision is, she respects him. So then Jackson decided to take Holly and evicted Nicole. And when Nicole came out, she got a standing ovation. I was so happy because Nicole has spent this entire summer thinking that we all hate her, and we do not. Not all of us have negative things to say about Nicole. She has a huge fandom. And Julie Chen asked Nicole questions, and Nicole said that once she lost against Holly, she knew that she was going. She said that she wasn't shocked that she was evicted, and she didn't expect anything from the game. She said it was a good experience. She said it's okay. Once she got a glimpse of her mother, her father, and her sisters, she became very emotional. I understand, because she hasn't seen them in, 99 days? So I'm so happy that she was able to see them. And she was once a caterpillar, and now she's a butterfly. So then Big Brother moved on to the jury segment where the jury came out, sat on the stage. So it was Jackson, Jessica, Kat, Annalise, Christy, Cliff, Tommy, Nick, and Nicole. And no one was surprised that Nicole came out, and she was the third place winner. So Jackson won the final HOH comp, as I already said. And then we got to the question and answer part of the jury segment. So the jurors came up with 3 questions, and basically Cliff's question was, how important was jury management? Jackson said it was very important. He knows he upset individuals, and he felt he had to make the decisions he had. Mind you, I'm paraphrasing because he and Holly both rambled on and on. Christy asked Holly, what was your strategy? She said that it was to fly under the radar. She said less. She learned it from Nick. She didn't talk about her life or her achievements. She won when she needed to, and she didn't need to show her cards. Tommy said, Jackson, you played a great game. Prove to us that you deserve to win. And Jackson said anything in life is worth doing. Anything in life worth doing is worth overdoing. He did not own up to what he did to the women, because Tommy said something about how Jackson had said some disrespectful things about the women. He never owned up to that. Jackson never owned up to it. And he said he never made things personal. And I was looking at that like, you cannot be serious, dude. You cannot. Annalise said to Holly, how did you play your game? And Holly said that she and Jackson never had a final 2. And I'm just like, no, you two definitely had a final 2. She said that Jackson took out Annalise to disarm Holly. Holly went for the big fish. Holly was dragging onto Jackson's coattails rather than, I guess, riding his coattails, but it's basically the same thing. And her job was to manage him, and she needed him. And she and Jackson worked together, but they played completely different games. Sure did. Jessica said to Jackson, why should you win over Holly? Or she asked him that question. Jackson said that he decided to leave a bunch of targets in the house. Everything he has done has been strategic. He did a lot behind the scenes. Again, not really answering the questions. Jack said to Holly, why do you deserve to win this game over Jackson? She said because she wanted to make her family proud of how she played. She managed her relationships in the house well, and she was careful with moves, and she played with integrity. Then we get to the next segment, which was the final words, and I paraphrase it again. Jackson said he came to play. He won 11 comps, 4 HOHs, 4 vetoes. He listed the rest of his accomplishments. He kept his showmance alive. He voted based on game and not personal emotions. Oh no, he told the jury to vote based on game moves, not personal emotions. Holly said that she was underestimated. She needed to fly under the radar. She knew her social game was strong. She was the last one to see the block. She won the hardest physical comp in the season. She is a country girl. She has country grit, and she's a powerful, graceful female force. And then we got to the part where everybody stuck the keys into the boxes, and pretty much everyone was, you know, being shiny, happy people, like, oh, I love you, oh, you're wonderful, all that stuff. That's when I knew it was going to be a mess. Because this whole season was filled with, oh, I love you, oh, we're family, we're this and we're that. And I'm just like, this whole season was a mess. So I knew that this finale was going to be a mess. And I knew that one of them was going to do something crazy when they voted, and they did. So then we got to the next segment with David, Ovi, Kimmy, Sam, and Bella, the most controversial segment in Big Brother history, because on social media right now, a lot of people are mad at Big Brother because Big Brother did this segment. I'm not mad at Big Brother. I'm glad that they did. Because people need to be cognizant of the things that they say during Big Brother. And Big Brother called them to task. And this is not the first time they've done it. They've done it over the years. This is just the worst one that they've done. I mean, the worst meaning Jackson was bombarded with what he did. These people were bombarded with what they did. It was put in their faces. They were made to face it. They were put on the spot. But this is not the first time. If you're a true super fan, you know this is not the first time they've done this. So Julie Chen said, just so you know, you're watched 24/7 in that house. On night 24, Nicole was shut out by the Grateful Eight. And they asked Ovi how he felt about that. He said it was hard and disheartening. It was not about the game. And it did not align with the agreement of moral character in the house. And no, it didn't. That was the toughest thing I've ever seen in that house, to see her get bullied like that. To see her get shut out of that room, it was the worst. And then to see her bawling and crying to that because of that reaction, and it was hard to watch. Like, I came to watch this based on gameplay, but to see something like that, that's when I knew this season was personal. Because in the past seasons, people have not done stuff like this, where they have alienated people. I feel like in the past few seasons, this alienation thing has popped up, and I wish that it would stop in this season. Because it's not cool, and it does something to these people in this house psychologically, because you're stuck in this house. You can't get away from these people. So to be alienated from the only people you can talk to is pretty messed up. And she had a couple people she could talk to, but still, it was messed up. Nicole said that she was locked out. She believes in forgiveness and moving forward, and she doesn't really know what happened, but she will find out. But she's going to forgive them. Then we got to Kimmy. Kimmy said it was disappointing. She was not sure what was Jackson's obsession with her. And she wasn't sure why Jack was so obsessed with her. And Jack said it was inexcusable and unforgivable. Jack said he came from a place of ignorance. It's not a reflection on him, and it was not fair to her. Jack had plenty of time to think about that for the time that he was in the jury house by himself. Plenty of time. Christy said it was all hormones, and she respects her, and she's going to call her and give her a phone call because it was something that Kimmy did. Keep in mind, Kimmy didn't do anything to deserve that. She didn't say anything. These people just attacked her just to do it based on implicit bias. You know how I am on this channel. I tell you how it is. It was implicit bias. That was it. Jackson said he's not sure what she was talking about, and it was something that had to do with her cooking. He has no idea what he said. He gave a sorry apology and said he does like her as a person. That was probably the sorriest apology I've ever heard. And when he goes home, he will see what he said, since he has selective memory and he completely forgot the nasty things he said about Kimmy and Ovi and David, especially calling David the N-word, allegedly. I only say allegedly because people get up in arms about it, so allegedly. And they asked Kimmy, does she forgive these people? And she said it's important to understand what you're apologizing for before you apologize. So in other words, she won't accept their apologies until they see the clips of what they said about her and it's played back to them. And I respect her for that, because she's a better person than a lot of people, and she's confident enough to say that. Because if this had been any other Afro-American house guest, black house guest, people would have been yelling back and forth, or people would have been fussing. And I don't blame them. What happened to Kimmy was the absolute worst, and it should never happen to any other house guest, regardless of color. All that bullying crap needs to stop. It has nothing to do with gameplay. No more locking yourself in the HOH room claiming that somebody is scaring you and stuff. No. And when Alyssa did it in season 15, she was protecting herself from the house guests that were harassing her. It wasn't she built this imaginary thing of, oh, Dominique is going to say something to me, or, oh, Bailey's going to say something to me. No, it was something genuine. So anyway, Jackson said that Jackson said absolutely, and he said it was based on first impression. Okay, here we go, because I was going to mess it up. Julie Chen asked him about the banishment situation, because a lot of fans felt like it was racist that he banished the 2 black people, the Latin American woman, Jessica, and Cliff. And he said that it was based on first impression. He felt threatened by them as players, and he said it was just players against players. So then David was asked to speak. Mind you, Sam was never asked to speak, and I wasn't even surprised. I think Sam did enough apologizing and talking on social media because the people came for him. But they're going to come for Jackson more than they come for Sam. David said that he understood the gameplay move, but he did not understand the implicit bias, because I think he said something like the gameplay was based on implicit bias, and I was glad that he brought it up, because that is an issue that happens every single season and has since season 1. This implicit bias, this bias against anything that's different from you, and you want to get rid of it, pretty much. And Nick said that he takes responsibility for his actions, for what happened as far as him and Bella. Bella begged him not to embarrass her, and he did. And Bella said, you made a commitment to me, and I'm hurt. So in other words, Nick and Bella more than likely will not be a relationship, because he confessed his love for her, and then when she was gone, he was kind of in bed with Annalise, and then Annalise was gone. Then once he got in the jury house, he's with Kat. So it's just like, I don't understand that whole situation. Like, I didn't get it, and I felt like it was disrespectful to Bella. I'm going to separate myself from how I felt about what she did in the game. It was disrespectful. If he didn't really feel that way towards her, he shouldn't have said it. So then we got to the results of this final vote to crown the winner of Big Brother 21. And basically, Nicole, Jessica, and Kat were the only 3 that voted for Holly. Cliff, Tommy, Christy, Nick, Annalise, and Jack voted for Jackson, and Jackson won Big Brother 21. And it's hilarious how this vote turned out, because that's exactly the reason why they could not have a solid women's alliance within the game, because Annalise and Christy both ran in the opposite direction. When it came to the women's alliance, they ran straight to the boys. So Jackson won Big Brother 21, and he didn't look happy. And a lot of people got on social media and they said, this ruined his moment. It ruined his moment. Shout out to the casual viewers. He's been worried about this moment for like a month. And then he was worried about some stuff that he must have been told by production about some type of controversy. And he was crying at one point. He was all upset. So this reaction was shocking, but then it wasn't shocking. And like somebody said on Twitter, this is a prime example of winning, but being hated. And Nicole winning America's favorite player is losing, but being loved. Really, everything did come back full circle. Nicole was right. And I'm glad that she won, because it came down to Cliff, Tommy, and Nicole. And I'm wondering, a lot of people voted for Kimmy. So what happened to Kimmy's votes, Big Brother? I'm just saying. I know how shady you guys are. You know I always talk about this every season. So no surprises. You guys are shady boots. You have done some shady boot things. I've seen it over the years. Nicole said winning America's favorite player feels amazing, and she didn't expect it. And they basically asked Jackson, they asked Holly, I don't know, they asked Jackson, how is everything? And Jackson said, well, you know, because Jackson's face was just shocked. I think it was half shock, half just like, you know, acceptance of everything that he had done. And now he's going to have to face the music. He's no longer within the Big Brother walls. He's going to have to deal with social media. He's going to have to deal with a lot of stuff because the truth came out in the Big Brother house as it always does. And honestly, I feel for him. But I will not be a part of that mob, as I said on my TVCO Live. I'm not going to be a part of that mob. I'm moving on. I'll wait for season 22 to rejoin the whole Big Brother fandom, unless Big Brother decides to bring back Celebrity Big Brother season 3. Then I'll be back again. And Jackson said, you know, he did all this for his family, and he hopes that everything is all right. So he's worried about his perception outside of the house. And Holly is happy. She won $50K. And as far as the relationship between Holly and Jackson said he'd think about it. And Holly was just kind of like laughing, but she kind of looked away. So in other words, that's basically over, just like this season. And I'm happy because it's over. So now I can move on to AMC's The Walking Dead, because I've been excited to watch that, and I get to watch the episode early, so I'm probably going to do that review really early. Thank you to all of you for tuning in every week to watch me and watch my reviews. It has been fun. This has been a roller coaster ride of a season, and hopefully season 22 is better, and hopefully Big Brother learns a lesson to not allow these people to do what they did to these folks in this house. And you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to say the names. I don't have to say the labels. You know. Hopefully Big Brother changes that, because it's getting out of hand, and season 21 is basically rock bottom as far as the bullying, the racism, the misogyny, all of it. But I truly enjoyed going live on TVCO. I'm sorry about last Tuesday. Unfortunately, I had technical difficulties, but I'm not going to have them now, so I called up Sprint and I fixed everything, so it's all good now. But anyway, I'll be back to talk about Walking Dead soon, because there's a lot of stuff I want to chat about. And I'll be going live next Tuesday on TVCO. And I'll still be doing vlogs on TVCO. And again, I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and what am I? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm Sage Valentine. And I am Violet Sunrise on Periscope. And what else? I am here and I'm around, and I love you all, and take care and have an awesome fall. And those of you who are returning for Walking Dead, it's going to be good. Season 2 is going to be very good because I like this storyline. So next week I'm headed to my favorite convention I go to, the New York Comic-Con. So I'm going to have fun. I'll probably try to post some videos and stuff on my Instagram for Sage Valentine. So sign up and check me out, and let me know what you thought of tonight's finale and how you feel. Because honestly, I'm not even mad that Jackson won, because Nicole is America's favorite player, and she feels good knowing that we love her. So until next time, peace out, Big Brother fandom. Hey, Walking Dead fandom. Love you all. Bye, guys. Love you all. See you on TVCO. Bye, guys. Bye.